DC fans are now mad at the new Superman movie for being too comic accurate and because of a new casting announcement that was made for the movie. Plus, we know when the first reviews of Superman are going to be released to the public and so much more. Let's get into all of it. Let's start with people being mad about the movie now being comic accurate because James Gunn now confirmed that the reason nobody can tell that Clark Kent is Superman is not just because of the silly disguise of having glasses and a different hairstyle. It's because he wears hypno glasses. Now, all this means is that when people look at Clark Kent and he's wearing his glasses, the glasses are suddenly hypnotizing them and just slightly like skewing and changing his face so he doesn't look like the exact same face shape and structure as Superman. As you've seen, this is something that has happened in the comics before. James Gunn even said it's kind of been forgotten, but that is a canon thing that happened before in the comics. And went on to elaborate saying that as a kid, it kind of bothered him that people couldn't see that Superman and Clark Kent were the same exact people, but Tom King's comics kind of had an answer for that, saying that, oh yeah, the hypnotizing glasses are why people can't tell. Now, the way people have been reacting to this news is as if James Gunn came out and announced that Superman's going to be evil and obliterate the Earth in his new movie. They're saying it's incredibly corny, it's going way too far into the sci-fi elements, it's just ruining the character of Superman. But the ironic thing is that when James Gunn said that, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of Silver Age influences of Superman from the comics in this movie, people praise that because they always want to say, yeah, we want comic accuracy. But then James Gunn actually does go back to the Silver Age of comics, which is all the stuff from like the 1950s, 60s, early 70s, and people are complaining. Like, obviously, if he's pulling from this area, it's gonna be a little corny and goofy because the comics of the time simply were. But you know what else is incredibly silly and goofy is the entire premise that people can't recognize who Clark Kent and Superman are, that they're the same person. It's just a concept you have to go with. Who cares if it's because of hypno glasses or people just being practically blind and not putting it together? I think it really just comes down to the weird hate campaign that's going on from this movie because of the Snyder fandom, because now the news came out that James Gunn confirmed his wife, Jennifer Holland, voices one of the robots in the Fortress of Solitude that's probably going to have like 1 to 2 sentences max in the entire movie. And there are countless replies and quotes to this announcement of people saying, oh, I'm tired. They can burn their own office if they want. I don't care. Again, Superman and the whole DCU is just a big money scam. James Gunn writes himself and his friends as many paychecks as possible before the whole thing collapses. Who loves getting as many paychecks coming into the household as possible? There's literally hundreds of other replies to this being like, oh my god, James Gunn is just doing nepotism. All he does is cast his own same people in movies all the time. And it's like, hello, this is how Hollywood has worked forever. There's always nepotism. Directors always have their favorite actors they work with over and over again. And she's uncredited in the movie. She's probably not even getting paid for this. It's not like if he gave it to some unknown actor, this was going to be their breakout role voicing 2 lines of a robot at the very beginning of the film. Like, I don't know, the movie could be absolutely terrible, but the amount of hate from Snyder fans online about every little detail of this film acting like James Gunn's some evil mastermind just trying to ruin everything is insane to me. But don't worry, the discourse is only going to get more tiring around this movie because in about a week we're going to get the first social media reactions to the film, which means people can't give their full in-depth reviews or like 1 out of 10 scores, but they can just give you a couple sentences saying like, oh, this is what I really like, this is what didn't work. Then the following day on July 8th, which is the same day as the Amazon Prime early screenings are going to be held, this is a Tuesday, is when the official reviews will come out, so everybody can give their full in-depth thoughts, all their scores from 1 through 10. As of right now, everybody that's seen the movie early is under NDA. They legally can't speak about anything they've seen, so everything you've been hearing about people saying it's amazing or great is pretty much just like through the grapevine and being like, oh, my cousin's friend of a friend works at DC. They saw an early screening and said it's great or terrible, but we'll get the official reviews in about a week. But let me know all your thoughts on this. Do you care that James Gunn's just casting his friends and family in the movie in very minor roles? Do you think the hypno glasses are stupid or not? I want to hear all your thoughts. Got some crazy news about 5 new Transformers movies, Spider-Man 4, and the Batman Part 2. If you want to hear all about that, click the video above my head right now.